How do you feel?
It's nice. Yeah.
So relaxed, right?
Relaxed, yes. Peaceful.
So yeah, if we can teach ourselves as adults this,
Mm-hmm.
that you can breathe in an oil and picture your stress leaving your body, how good is that for the relationships with each other? And then teaching that to a child that's about to go to a school where she feels uncomfortable and she's already having trouble breathing, and all the anxiety once you can't breathe gets worse and worse. So training her body how to breathe again was a miracle for her. And it was this stress away and the breath. Hi, Jody. Do y'all see Jody?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi, Jody.
Hi, Jody.
Jody joined us from London.
Oh, okay, okay.
She looks
Hi,
like
London.
I don't know if she can hear us, but
Yeah.
yep, she's there. I just think
Yeah.
she's frozen. Her internet, she's in a new apartment. When she came back
Ah,
to Croatia, she was in an apartment, so she might not
yeah.
be hearing
Yeah.
it. She wanted to jump on and learn too.
Okay.
Jody was at the party in Croatia with us. So yeah, so that's something that I was able to teach, my daughter, and then now teach you guys that's, if you do anything, when in stress, go to breath, and the visualization of the colors are very important. You'll notice as you start stocking up on your oils, there's a color. And so the colors mean different things. You'll have classes of colors that are more for like calming and healing, and more that are all about emotional release, and some that are more medicinal. So the orangey ones are usually more medicinal, some of the spices and things like that. The lavender color, the purples and the blues are more the emotional ones. And even though lavender can be used for cuts, scrapes, bruises, and disperse, hemorrhages and things like that, stop the bleeding and burns and all that, it's also very calming. So they classified it with the purples. And then you have the greens and the blues are really healing. So there's a theme. And then the yellows and citrus ones are, they raise your frequency to happiness. But lemon, you can get out the lemon and let them smell lemon. Lemon is yellow. The color yellow, when you just look at the color yellow, it thins the mucus. It starts dispersing hemorrhages. It starts helping calcifications break down, like arthritis and gout, and things of that nature. Well, that's also what lemon does. When you put lemon in your water, it prevents kidney stones, gallstones, it thins mucus, it thins blood, it helps things circulate better, and it uplifts the spirits. So any citrus oil is going to help you feel happy. So if you put citrus oils in the diffuser, they're actually very inviting and cleansing. You can also use them on dryer balls in the dryer if y'all use a dryer. I know that's rare. But a lot of people use wool dryer balls for the environment protection, not to use dryer sheets. Those are very toxic. You just put oils on wool dryer sheets and throw those in the dryer with your clothes. Your clothes dry faster and smell fresher, and it brightens the whites. So yeah, lemon is very healing. I used to have, like I said, gallstones, kidney stones, arthritic things. I don't anymore because I use lemon in my water. I get a big cleansing water, and I put lemon in it. I love tangerine too. All the citrus flavors are delicious. They make good cocktails too. If you like clear vodka, you can make a sugarless drink with just some Ciroc vodka and put a drop of tangerine in it with some club soda or some kombucha. The flavored kombuchas are really good with vodka and a little drop of either grapefruit or tangerine or citrus fresh. I think citrus fresh comes in is citrus fresh in your kit, or is it just lemon?
Just lemon and orange.
Orange. Oh my gosh, you're gonna love orange. Have you tried orange yet?
No, not yet.
Let me tell you a drink recipe for orange. Mimosas. Orange juice has a lot of sugar and calories in it. Just get rid of it. Just do the champagne and 1 drop of orange, and it tastes like you put orange juice in it. It's delicious.
Wow.
So good. So good. And orange, you know, has the vitamin C. It's also uplifting. It in the diffuser. You would love lavender and orange together in the diffuser. I mean, really good. Love orange. So I love all those citrus flavors in my drink, my water. And it makes me drink more water because it doesn't taste just like water. It tastes like a tea or, you know, something special. Especially the sparkling water there, you know, it makes you feel like you're drinking a fancy drink. So, Jody, are you still frozen?
Hi, Jody.
We told you hi, but I didn't know if you heard us. What's that?
Hi. Yeah, I didn't hear. I just.
I'm just keep going, but if y'all have questions, you jump on.
Okay.
And ask me anything. We before you got here, we went over dyes and lavender and lemon.
Stress away.
And stress away, yes. And when you came in, we were doing the breathing exercise that I teach people for stress away. It's a balloon belly breathing that I taught Kylie when she had asthma, and that's on my website. So if y'all want to do that again with me, but not with me live, it's on my website. And teach others. It's a great tool. All right, so peppermint. Let's go to peppermint. Yes. Oh, have you used peppermint yet?
No, just lavender till now.
Okay. So peppermint, the first thing I used it for was a migraine. Does anybody have headaches or get stuffed up sinusy?
Yes, sometimes, yeah.
So peppermint is really good for draining because it's a hot oil. So it'll almost feel like you put heat, cooling heat, kind of like icy hot or something like that on your head. So I'll put it like for stress, headache. They also have Panaway in the kit. That's good for pain. So I'll go over that one. But peppermint is good for indigestion, any kind of reflux issues. Its flavors. It's really good to just put a drop in hot cocoa. It tastes like a peppermint patty. I add a drop to my brownies. If I make brownies, the flavor is amazing and it's really strong. So it's good for pain. It's good to cool the body down in this hot temperature y'all are having there. Taking a rag and wetting it and putting a couple of drops of lavender, you know, with you. You could take them in a Ziploc bag to your class, you know, Maya, when you go do Zumba, and pass out some rags with peppermint on it. Cool everybody off after class. They will be like, oh my gosh, I have to have some of that peppermint. It's so good. I had it in my purse one time at a volleyball match that Kylie was at, and there was no air condition and everybody was so hot. And I just passed it around and everybody put a drop on the back of their neck. And it was like their own air condition. They felt cooler. It dropped their temperature and they were so thankful. And everybody wanted to buy peppermint after that. So share your oils. They're magical and you don't want to keep it to yourself. But the peppermint has just a really cooling effect, a calming effect. Also, just if you're having any kind of sinus pressure, lavender, peppermint, and lemon are the three to use together in some local honey. So you take a spoonful of local honey, because the local honey has been pollinated, you know, by the bees. So it has the cure for what your allergies are. And then you just drop on that spoon a drop of each of those oils. You can do up to 3 of each of them. It's not going to taste great, but you take that every day and that's your allergy pill that's all natural. And it eventually you won't need to take it. My nieces were taking all kinds of allergy medicine and they started doing the oils and they stopped needing it. You know, they did it for a year. They stopped going to the doctor. They stopped being sick all the time. And then my sister stopped doing it and they really didn't need it anymore. And now she just does it for preventative, like fall and spring when the weather's changing. She'll do a round, you know, for a couple of weeks for preventative. But the kids are never sick anymore. And they used to be sick all the time.
Okay. Can we find this information on your website? I'm not sure if I'll remember everything. Yes, after.
That's okay.
Okay.
There is a little book. Jody,
Okay.
Jody took the one that I had there home, but you
Okay.
can go, I'll put a link in here. It's
Okay.
Life Science sells a book that we
Okay.
call a Bible. And that's where we get a lot of our information from. So you can look up a symptom and it'll tell you what oils to use.
Okay.
So like if you had an ulcer or a sty or, gallbladder issues or fever, it would tell you the different things you could do for that.
Okay.
And there's a small one. They call it the pocket reference book. It has a spiral to it and you can just look things up.
Okay.
I had one there. I don't think we really looked at it much. Jody took it home. It was for her. Jody's from Australia and she signed up a while back. And this was the first time I was seeing her to give her a book to use. But you can get it online from lifescience.com. So I'll give Maya that information. It's a valuable tool. There's also, if you're like me, I learned by this. What I'm telling you, you're going to remember when you have a bite, when a bug bite or a bee sting or a burn, you're going to remember, oh, she told me one of these oils were good for that.
Yeah.
You might not remember it's lavender, and then you can shoot me a text and I'll remind you. Then once you use it for that ailment, you're never going to forget it.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
I can teach you. You can go and read it in books. You can look online at all the videos that I have. But let's be honest, until it happens to you,
Yes.
so be warned, once you open the door to something like this, things will start happening for you to use them. So my kid came in the day my husband and my daughter were home sick. My husband's never sick. He was home with a sore throat. Kylie was home with a sore throat. Kylie had fever. So what peppermint is most known for is reducing fever, cooling the body down. So I went online. I didn't have the little book I'm telling you. I went online to the website for Oil Sisters, which is the bigger team that we're in.
Okay.
And I asked, what do you do for sore throat? And all this information started popping up to use Thieves. So Thieves, if you want to pass that out, is in the kit. And it said put hot water, put a cup of water in the microwave or boil a cup of water like you're making tea and put one drop of Thieves in it and 3 drops of the lemon to thin the mucus and then local honey to taste for the pollen, right? And drink that. So I made both of them the tea and they both said, wow, my throat feels better. I was like, whoa. And if it was just my daughter, I might have just thought, oh, she's just wanting to say that. But my husband legitimately felt better. And then for her fever, it was like 102.7. It was almost 103. I put peppermint in her belly button and on the bottom of her feet. And I rubbed it in the circular motion like I told you to do the digize. And her fever in 15 minutes went down to 99, which I don't know what the translation is for that. But
I'm not sure, but okay,
it
remember.
went lower. It went almost to normal. And then within an hour, it was normal. And
Wow. Yep.
around 5 o'clock that night, I was like, okay, that's usually when things are going to spike again. Let me do this routine again. So I gave them the tea and I gave them her the peppermint. And they both felt fine. He went to work the next day. She went to school the next day. But the deeper part of that story is Kylie used to have strep all the time, strep throat, which is like staph in your throat. She had it 4 times that year. She was sick all the time. She never had strep again after I gave her that Thieves one time. So the Thieves and the oils in general go into the mitochondria of the cell, the deepest part of the cellular memory, and they erase it. You know how a lot of things we deal with emotionally is because they're past injuries that we're guarded from? Well, that's kind of how our cells are. They have memory. They do what they're programmed to do. And so the Thieves, unprogrammed the cell to go to staph whenever it was stressed. Anytime her immune system started getting compromised, she would go into stress. And now it doesn't. So it's a really powerful oil. So powerful, they make a whole line of cleaning products with it, Maya got to use them probably from us. We left laundry soap, we had dish soap, we had hand soap, we have Thieves Cleaner that we use on all of our floors. And we have Thieves toothpaste and mouthwash. It's powerful to change all of those things out in your home and in your, what you're putting in and on your body, because the body is under a lot of stress with epigenetics, which is the air we breathe. Are you breathing in perfumes? Are you breathing in things that are interrupting your estrogen and making you more like a man? Well, we all are. And it comes in the form of air fresheners like Glade or the plug-ins. It comes in the form of the hand soaps with all the perfumes in them. They smell good, but they're toxic for you. And so what my job as doing biofeedback with the naturopathic doctor was showing us is that we're mutating. Our body is changing based on our environment changes, and it's not good. We have these women getting more testosterone and these men getting less testosterone. There's more problems having babies because of it. There's more problems with relational, experience because of it. Little girls are getting their really precocious puberty. There's a whole lot wrong with that. So by eliminating that in my household, it helped Kylie with her hormone health, and then I teach people, look at the ingredients of what you're using, because it is doing something to your body. You're reprogramming cells. But how awesome is it that we can deprogram them and get them back to what God always intended them to be, And so anything you put in and on your body should come from nature. And if not, don't use it. It's tough. I know. There's all kinds of pretty perfumes and hair products and face products, but I really don't use any of them. I make my own. I use Young Living's face wash called Orange Blossom. It's wonderful. Kylie uses it. And then I make us a custom blend of grapeseed oil with frankincense and myrrh and rose and lavender. And I'm a grandma at 48 and I look pretty darn good because I use all natural products. And so I'm putting natural in and I'm getting my authentic natural self out. So it's really important. So you can do that kind of stuff too with the oils. And, you could even, a lot of people custom brand their stuff. So you can make a little side business out of your homemade. A lot of people make homemade soaps, sugar scrubs, like for their bath, Epsom salt scrubs or Epsom salt soaks with the oils. My favorite is to soak my feet in peppermint oil with the Epsom salts because it's cooling, right? And in this hot temperature, it cools down the body. It brings all the swelling down. It regulates the body to, operate better. So there's a lot you can do with that. So where was I? We did Thieves. Talked about the household products that you could switch over. Oh, while I'm talking about face care, they do have makeup too. Savvy Minerals makeup is all organic makeup. I use it on my face. It's wonderful. I'm a makeup snob. I used to do people's makeup, so I really like good makeup. It's good makeup. You can make it into a foundation by using the Savvy Minerals spray to make it thicker, but it's a great overall powder to put on your face as, just a fresh face. If you want to go out and have a really darker, matted look, you can add more to it and make it a paste. They have mascara, they have blush, they have eyeshadows. I use it all. It's great. I firmly believe in it. And that was the one area that I was waiting for somebody to develop something that was toxin free for me, and they did. And because there's a lot of heavy metals in makeup, a lot of toxins in makeup, and heavy metals really mess with our mind and makes you feel a little crazy because heavy metals resonate in the brain. Almost like a vibration. So a lot of people are having anxiety and memory loss, and it's a lot of heavy metals. And we have to cleanse the yeast and candida, which comes from all the sugar we eat, with the heavy metals because they're attracted to each other. They will go out together. So if you're ever having problems with acne, or stinky armpits or stinky feet, that's usually yeast overgrowth. And usually that means your belly has a lot of yeast in it. And that breeds bad health. In babies, it breeds autism. So we have to really switch from eating a diet rich in sugar and really clean up our sugar load. But we also have to use things like probiotics and food enzymes when we eat to change the gut biome. So the gut has all these microflora in it. And if there's too much yeast, it's like the bad is outweighing the good. And that comes from a lifetime of taking antibiotics and prescription pills. We know that now that destroys the gut. And so we have to get the gut biome back to a balanced state. So Young Living does offer supplements. They have Life 9 probiotics. I love them. And they have 4 different food enzymes, because that's how important it is to find a food enzyme that works with your digestion so that you're not getting reflux, so that you're digesting your food correctly and you're keeping what's going to bring you health and well-being and letting go of anything that's toxic. So of course, not putting crap in, but then you want to get the crap out, literally. So the food enzymes, the one that I like the most is Essentialzyme 4. It comes like in a little blister pack, so you can take them with you. You just tear off 2 and take them with you in your purse when you go out to eat. I also like Detoxzyme to start if no one's taken like a food enzyme before. Detoxzyme is a great one. And then they have the regular Essentialzymes. They have little packets for kids. They look like sugar packets. You open them up and pour them on the kids' tongue, and they love them. I give them to my grandkids when they're here, and they eat them up. And so everybody in our environment now, the way it is with our food diet and with what's going on in our atmosphere, should be taking supplements in the form of probiotics and enzymes, and usually a B vitamin that's a liquid and a D vitamin that's a liquid. That's my naturopathic health talking there, because you want to absorb it and you want to be able to absorb your food correctly. A little trick that is straight out of Harvard genetic studies is taking sage oil, which smells amazing, with rosemary oil, equally amazing. So if you want to write that down, sage and rosemary, put it in a roller bottle together, mix it with maybe some grapeseed or olive oil, and roll that on the bottom of your feet every day. That helps you absorb vitamin D from the sun, which is the main reason people get MS and Parkinson's and things, because they're not absorbing. And I know that Vesna, the healer in Croatia, told me you guys have a high rate of MS, which you shouldn't because you're in the sun, right? But there is a high rate of MS there. So rosemary and sage oils, which don't come in the kit, but that's something you can put on your to-get list.
Yes, I'm writing that down.
Yeah, that will help you absorb vitamin D naturally from the sun.
Okay.
And it's a fix. It really is. So that's straight out of Harvard. All right, so what else do we have in the kit? You pick one, and I'll talk about it.
Yeah, you already mentioned.
Which one is that?
It's
frankincense?
Yes, yes. You mentioned it before. Yeah.
Frankincense is, of course, biblical. It was good enough for baby Jesus. It's good enough for us. Frankincense is good for skin. I put it in my homemade blend that I make at night, for my night cream and day cream or oil. Frankincense is really good to aid in enlightenment and help you connect with divine wisdom. You can put it on your third eye when you go to do meditation or yoga.
Okay.
It's really good for age spots. It lightens the age spots. So frankincense has also been in studies known to shrink tumors. So we can't say that it cures cancer, but we can say, because it's on PubMed and it's been scientifically documented, frankincense shrinks tumors. So I did have a tumor on my stomach. Before I came there, I was putting frankincense on it, and it came to a head where it needed to be cut out. So I had been having it for 15 years, and all I did was put frankincense on it, and it would shrink it, and it would go away. And then right before I came to Croatia, it wasn't going away and it got infected. And so I had to get it cut out, and it was all a bunch of yeast. So frankincense worked for 15 years on this thing. And the reason it was working, it was bringing it to a head, but it hardened and it couldn't get out. And that's why I had to get it cut out. It was time to let it go. It was no longer, my body's frequency had raised and healed, and that yeast couldn't live there anymore. So it was time to get it out. So I went to my dad, who's a surgeon, and said, I need you to cut this out. I don't want to go to the hospital. You just need a small incision to get it out. And I gave him colloidal silver to use, for the wound. And he questioned me, and everything he wanted to use, I said, nope, genetically I'm allergic to that, because I know now why the pharmaceutical drugs were so harmful to me is because I'm allergic to them by nature. And most of us are. Most of us are allergic. Now that we're doing genetic studies, we're not supposed to be taking a lot of this stuff. A lot of them are, I'm allergic to things that most people aren't, but also things that most people are. So sulfur, a lot of people have trouble with sulfites in the wines here. You don't have sulfites in your wines there, I don't believe, in Europe, but they put them in our wines. Smoked meats, a lot of smoked meats. You're not supposed to really eat a lot of smoked meats. Well, y'all have tons of smoked meats. But even being in front of a barbecue with the smoke or the cigarettes, all that is very toxic. And our bodies don't want that in it, And I know you have a lot of smokers in that country. I was surprised.
Yeah.
So protecting your body from within so that it's not as sensitive to that stuff is the key. But also first do no harm. So he was able to use the colloidal silver. That's what they use on surgical instruments to purify them before they put them in your body. So I convinced him that was going to be okay. And I had my oils and my colloidal silver, and he cut it, aspirated it, and put a little steri strip on it. And I just used the lavender and the frankincense on it, and I was fine. And I was in Croatia within a week with no problems. So oils are amazing. Natural medicine is amazing. If I had known all the things I could do with these oils years ago, it would have saved me a lot of literal headaches. But I know now, and that's why I teach people to save them time, money. Sickness costs you time and money, right? Missing work, your kids missing school, constantly feeling not yourself, not able to get up and be happy and thrive. Being chronically ill was horrible. It was horrible. It's a mindset shift that I had to take control back, but I needed tools to do that. So this is where the oils came in and really opened my eyes to more. And so now I know a whole bunch of things that I didn't know before, but it started with these oils. Do y'all have any questions so far on anything I've talked about?
Many, but I think maybe later I will try to read something and maybe we can reach you again sometimes.
Absolutely. What's the next oil you want to talk about?
I like this lavender oil because it's the only one that we tried. But I would like to use all of them for my she has a lot of trouble with sinuses. Yeah, and yes, and for allergies. For this year, I found out that I'm allergic, but I'm not sure at what. I will be tested in a few months, so I'll see. But I really would like to try with oils and not medicines.
Allergies are overproduction of histamine. So your histamine is. Have you gone through a stressful time in your life where you're on high alert? Yeah.
Yes.
So cortisol is a little off, so it's going to be overreacting. Like you're waiting for the next shoe to drop. You're waiting for the next attack. Okay.
Yes.
So we need to calm the histamine down. The breath work that I showed you is the best medicine. Breathing in that stress away and seeing that balloon. You are not in control of anyone or anything except for you and how you respond to it. So changing that within you, okay? The gut health is connected to stress. and how we respond to stress and how we react to outside invaders, and our histamine goes into fight or flight. So calming that down. So how do we do that? We do that with probiotics and digestive enzymes, and then using the 3 oils, the peppermint, lavender, lemon, and the local honey every day. You can do it in the morning with your morning breakfast. Take the probiotic at night when you go to bed, so it can work to inhibit the gut with good bacteria all night long when it's not fighting, digestion or anything else. And then the food enzymes you take with food when you eat your biggest meals. And that will help you alleviate. If you give me 30 days of doing those things religiously, breathing work with the stress away, or the lavender, the probiotic, Life 9, the enzymes, which I would think Essentialzyme 4, and the trio of oils, which is the lemon, lavender, peppermint, and local honey.
Okay.
So 7 items that I want you to do. Okay? If you do that and commit to that for 30 days, while also eliminating what you instinctively know in your diet is not good for you. It could be Coke, it could be breads, pastas. Just, you already know. I saw you smile. What do you think it is?
Maybe bread, maybe coffee. Not sure.
Eliminate bread.
There is something, yeah.
I know.
Not sure.
It's usually the bread.
Maybe it is, yeah.
So if you could go on more of vegetables and meat, try and get organic, fresh vegetables. Y'all have a great market. Experiment. Whole30 is a great diet to do for 30 days to eliminate and find out where the stress is coming from. You can go your whole life and not be allergic to something, and then outside stress comes in, a divorce, somebody's death, a breakup, whatever, it ignites the genetics that were kind of lying dormant and not turned on. So you kind of had a predisposition to this, and then, you turned it on with the stress and not being able to handle the stress. So what I teach people how to do is handle stress better. So stress is going to come, right? But it's how we picture it. I was there 2 days and I fell and broke my ankle. Like my ankle twisted so bad that I tore the ligament and broke a bone in the top of my foot. It was painful. But I literally didn't feed into the stress story. I just said, oh, I wonder what this happened for, because there's always a reason. And the immediate response is, oh, I have to pay attention to where I'm walking, right? I was rushed and I was going somewhere in a rushed feeling, and I tripped off of a curb that I didn't see because I was looking at the phone to see where I was going on the map, which is not typical for me. I don't normally do that, but I'm in a foreign country trying to get to a meditation class, and I was running late, which is also not typical for me. So I was like, I guess the universe did not want me to go to that meditation class. So I sat in a cafe and ordered breakfast and journaled and waited to see what would show up. My husband eventually came and was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I was like, it's okay. I had a great time sitting here. They gave me ice, and then we went to the healer, Vesna, and I realized
she knows all the
Vesna. They're very, very, very soul healer. Jody went to her too. She's definitely a friend for life. And, I went there to rent a wheelchair, and I saw her and I knew she was going to take care of me. And so my husband was like, oh no, we're not here for healing. And I'm like, yes, we are. And I laid on her table and I received. And that was what I was supposed to do. A few months before I went to Croatia, I went to an event in Arizona with my friend Judy, and I realized I'm a bad receiver. I've been giving, and now that my husband and my kids are in a good place, it's my turn to receive. You can't take a breath in without a breath out. It's a give and take, right? And we as women tend to shoulder the burden and go, and give, and then we're depleted, and we can come off passive aggressive. I write about this in the book, and because we're not used to asking and getting anything back. A lot of times we ask for what we need in a way that men in particular can't understand us, or society hasn't given to us. So we learned these passive aggressive ways to get what we needed, or manipulative ways to get what we needed. And I certainly don't want to be sick in a wheelchair to get what I need from my husband. So I needed to learn how to receive from a place of vulnerability. And that's what I got from Vesna. I laid there and I honored my time with her. I didn't worry about how inconvenient it was for anybody else. I didn't worry about how inconvenient it was for my husband to have to push me in a wheelchair in 100-degree heat. I just did what I needed to do for me. And he loved taking care of me in that way and being the man. And it worked, you know? So that was the lesson in it. So, you know, when you meet each fall in life with an opportunity for growth mindset, it takes the sting out of it. It takes the sting out of it. But it also tells your body everything's going to be fine. So when you're not telling your body everything's going to be fine, you get issues like you're having.
Okay.
And that comes from wanting to be in control.
Yes.
And that's a long pattern of women
Yes.
that this generation is canceling that out. It doesn't serve us well. It makes us sick. It makes us codependent. It makes us disabled as humans. And we're no longer available for that. So that's leaving us. If you choose to let it stay, you will be sick. So you have to decide to take control of your life by losing control over others. Thus the title of my book.
Yeah.
She knows already.
Yeah, I know that she will borrow me the book. She will let me the book.
Well, she gave it back to me because it was the
I didn't give it already. Yeah. I will.
Did I give you another one though to replace it or no?
Yeah. You give me. Yeah. No worries.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, so I hope that helps you. I hope you wrote that down. If you do that for 30 days, you will turn your life around.
I remember it. Yeah. Thank you.
The other supplement that you could take for that is
Okay.
Stop, CORTI, Stop, STOP. It's Young Living. It's expensive. It's you know, and I'm not sure they even have it in Croatia, but write it down because it is a lifesaver. Because what happens medically is, you know, we have as much cortisol in the morning that we're going to get. And throughout the day, it depletes. Around 3 o'clock, you're supposed to get tired and take like a 20-minute nap. You're not supposed to go. But we're living this lifestyle where we're going, and we're running on empty. Our cortisol has long left the building. And if you do that for so long, you flatline. And then your cortisol is not high in the morning, and you're just tired all the time. And that's from overstressing the body. The body's not meant to stay up here in this stress zone. And everybody's different, and their flow is different. You have to learn your flow. I know if I'm going to push myself, you know, and get something out like a book or something, then I'm going to need to take some retreat time and rest and rejuvenate. So I try and stay in a flow every day where I spend an hour in the morning in meditation, mindful movements, which is all on my website for free, to center and ground myself in my truth before I attach to anybody else's wishes for me. You know, and that's something I know Maya, she's a giver too. And she was getting depleted and then blaming probably Vladimir for depleting her, but it was a routine that she needed to break. And so moving out is breaking that routine a little bit, right, Maya? You can always see the difference. And it's not his fault. It's not anybody's wrong or right. It's a pattern that's not working anymore that you have to disconnect from. And sometimes leaving a situation is the only way to disconnect from it because it's so habitual. And then you learn new ways to love on yourself, grow yourself, and then you can go back. So I liken it to an alcoholic who leaves for rehab. You know, when he comes home from rehab, he's been in a cushy place getting loved on and taught. He can't go back and go to the bar, right? Because the bar represents, it's not very cushy, and it represents everybody that's going to pull him back into that world. So he has to find a new world for a little while. But maybe after he gets those muscles built, he can go back to the bar and be a witness to them and lift them up. That's natural human behavior. It doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you wrong. You know, I've had to deal with that with my husband. staying in a marriage that wasn't healthy and helping him be healthier in the marriage grew me to this level of consciousness, but it almost killed me too. It's hard to stay and be the change, you know? And those that can elevate their consciousness or kill somebody. It's like something's got to give. So it's not for the weak at heart. I had an end goal in mind. I knew there was enough there to work with, and I just kept being the change and going back to being the love. Yes, Jody?
Just in regards to that little box of tricks. So with the probiotic, the food enzymes, the vitamin D and B, and what was the other?
She's going to do the lavender and peppermint trio in local honey for her allergy daily.
Mhm.
So it's a spoonful of honey with 3 drops of each of those. It's the lemon, lavender, and peppermint.
Oh, okay. So that and the probiotics and enzymes.
Yes,
or not?
yes. Probiotics, enzymes, the trio, breathing meditation to calm her nervous system down. If she can add the cortistop, cortistop, that will be for the cortisol.
No breath, maybe. You'll see that.
What's that?
No breath anymore, maybe.
No breath, yes. Change her diet.
Yep.
Breathe the trio of oils with the honey. So that's 4
Yes,
items,
okay.
right?
Yes, yes.
Um,
Okay.
The probiotics, enzymes.
So 4 things. Yeah.
Probiotics, enzymes, cortistop
Okay.
is the pills. Jody, the vitamin D formula was sage and rosemary in a roll-on on your feet every night or every morning.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Have to buy those rosemary. And
That's straight out of Harvard. Rosemary and sage together will help you absorb vitamin D.
mhm.
Master Formula is a really good product from Young Living. It's a packet of pills. It gives you kind of like everything you need in one packet and helps you with energy production and helps you with minerals and vitamins. I don't know if they have that in your country, but if you want to experiment with that, Master Formula is great.
Okay.
And so you reckon 30 days, and then you would just use it when you need it.
Yeah, usually it takes 30 days to kind of re-establish everything. So even the bottle of cortistop will say take for 30 days, stop for 15. You know, we don't want to live in continual stress, but sometimes if you're stuck in a marriage, stuck in a job, stuck in something that you're not dealing with well, you'd have to continue. But you have to stop for 15 days before you continue again. I stay on probiotics and enzymes because my gut is my weakness. And a lot of sensitive people who are sensitive to energy have histamine problems like you're speaking of and gut problems. We feel things in our gut. We have gut intuition, but we don't listen to it. We question it and we stay stuck in things that we shouldn't. If we start listening to our gut,
Just want to talk about digests.
yes.
So, I am this hardcore bitch. I was going to say hardcore bitch. No, I don't use anything for anything. I don't want a tablet, blah, blah. So the other day, when I got back home from my holiday away, oh my God, the 24 hours before I got back, I had constant diarrhea. And I was like, oh my God, I can't, oh no, traveling with it as well, like, timing. Anyway, I'm thinking, oh my God, please, I just need to get okay on this because I moved house and everything on the Saturday in between toilet stops. And I thought, oh my God, I've got my oils here. I just put some digests on my stomach. And seriously, I didn't even think about it until this conversation. I just rubbed it on around my belly button and I've been fine. I think I went once, I was straight upward, and then I've just got back on track. I mean, I'm a bit sort of out of whack with what I'm needing to eat because I feel so depleted from it. But I hadn't even thought of that.
Yeah.
What was that? Yeah.
I told them, I think I told them before you got on the call, be careful once you get these oils, even though you're thinking you're not going to remember anything I'm saying, something's going to happen and you're going to say, oh, wait, dyes. Oh, wait, lavender. And you're going to use it and you're going to be like, oh my God, it works. And that's the beauty in this, right? It's having the tools in the tool cabinet, right? And then
you just said then, it's just that I kind of feel as though I need fine tuning with something, because that's my weakness, always has been. So always eating well, but it's that, and now I'm craving crisps and chocolate, you know, that just to get that balance right. So if I figure if I do something like that, I won't have those cravings as that.
yeah, it's called the transformation flu. Everybody got it after Mind Valley.
Yep.
I have it regularly.
What'd you say, Maya?
Vladimir was sick a few days after that. So,
yeah, they had a whole webinar about transformation flu.
Yep.
When you can no longer sit in the shit of your life and you have to change something. It's like dying to self to be reborn, right? And it's very biblical if you follow, like, I know y'all are Christian and Catholic is a big background there. But if you look at all religions of the world, there's this dying to self to be reborn. And it's ego. You have to kill the ego, the need to be right, the need to be righteous, the need to...
But also, though, with it, though, Kim, it's the emotional changes quickly. So we have all these aha moments, but it's that delay in the physical body because it's a matter. It's a different frequency. We've got that hangover effect still going.
Yes. And I talked a lot about that at the party in Croatia, so I'll speak to that a little bit. You know, when you raise your frequency and you start, what that means is you start using oils instead of those toxic pharmaceuticals, and you start using the Thieves hand soap and, you know, maybe the shampoo and the face care and all these good, clean things, and you start putting higher frequency thoughts in your body, higher frequency foods, natural, organic foods. The things that aren't resonating at that frequency have to go. So they come up and bubble up to the surface to be released. Last year at Mind Valley, I got really sick with a cold, and all of my natural products wouldn't work because I wasn't dealing with the root of why I have a cold. The cold is grief, unresolved grief. And so Jody did a healing on me where we just talked through and she moved the energy. Within minutes, my cold was gone. I had had it for 2 weeks. It was basically pneumonia, and it was gone within minutes because I focused on what it was really about and let it go. So a lot of what I do is teach people, and Jody does too, that pain is just stuck energy. Mm-hmm. But if you don't deal with it and it stays stuck, it's just like a malignancy or anything growing in the body. It becomes so big that it takes over. So just like, you know, if you're craving a lot of sugar, oh, this might be some yeast that needs to die off. Don't keep putting sugar, starve the sugar, and change the digestion to make that unwelcome in your body. You know, I didn't have sugar for a long time and wasn't having any problems. And then all of a sudden this big old, you know, surge of craving sugar came up after I did a soma breathing, which is a technique to move breath and create nitric oxide in the brain and create a higher frequency to connect with divine more. And all of a sudden I'm craving sugar, and I'm like, what is this about? Well, it was about that big old tumor that was ready to come out. And that's what really started it, was the breathing exercise. That couldn't stay in my body anymore. I had to get it out. It was saying it's time to let it go. And that's a metaphor for when we need to let things go. Personality deficits, the need to be perfect, the need to be right, the need to be anything. Just be in flow with what is and come from a place of, this is not always about me. They might be hangry, they might be dealing with their own emotional changes and transformation. But if I can stay up here in this frequency and see things as, why is this coming into my field, and be open to receive the message, it takes the sting out. It takes the pain out. And we can be open for the awareness and the awakening and the transformation. And, you know, and dying to self doesn't feel great. it's a part of the process of evolving as a conscious species to get back to what I believe we were designed to be, love and peace.
Yeah.
But we don't always feel very loving and peaceful, do we? So that's why we have the tools to help us when we're not feeling very loving and peaceful. Oh, one you should write down that's not in the kit is Dragon Time. It's
I remember you said,
Dragon Time is based on that time of the month when you feel like a fire-breathing dragon.
Mm-hmm.
It is amazing, amazing. It's kind of that blue color like the Valor. So Dragon Time, write that one down. Progesterone Plus is also really good because based on what I told you before about the estrogen interrupters that we use in our world, we have a loss of progestins. And so Progesterone Plus helps to regulate hormones better and helps with that estrogen high, which is actually the culprit for a lot of misunderstandings, let's say. So Progesterone Plus, I just put it on my forearm and rub it together. It smells good. It's wild gam. It's a totally natural substance. You can even use it during pregnancy. It's really, really good. So what else do we have in the kit?
RC.
RC, that stands for respiratory care. And that would be a nice one to put on your chest to breathe, or at night if you have trouble breathing, to open up your nasal passages. So it's respiratory care. It's got a blend of eucalyptuses in it. Smell that, huh? It's really powerful.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, don't get it in your eyes, but if you are clogged up, you can put it right here and right here, and it just totally, so that was another oil Kylie used for her asthma. And the doctor, she went from 23% oxygen, which is hospitalization, to 96 just from using that breathing method and that oil on her chest every morning and every night.
Okay.
So it truly, it helps the nasal passages open up and creates that anti-inflammatory effect in the breathing pathway. Copaiba. Copaiba is an anti-inflammatory oil. It also enhances all the other oils. So like if you were having that breathing problem, you could put that Copaiba on top of that RC and it'll make that even more effective. When I hurt my ankle, I was putting Copaiba and Panaway on it. So Copaiba for the swelling, Panaway for the pain. Pain away, basically what they used to call it.
Okay.
Panaway has a kid-friendly top because it has wintergreen in it, and anything that has wintergreen in it is not safe for children.
I
It's
see.
toxic to pets and children, so they put a safety cap on it. The Panaway is extremely powerful. It has an oil that is extremely expensive called helichrysum in it. And helichrysum is known for regenerating nerve cells. So I have a testimony about using Panaway. After my neck surgery, I was left with this sharp pain as if I was sticking my finger in a light socket. And if I bent my neck a certain way, it would just like catch me. But it hurt all the time. And the surgeon said, you're just going to live with it. Because after 2 years, whatever you're left with, you're left with. And of course, I didn't accept that. When I got the oils and I read about Panaway being a nerve cell regenerator, I'm like, well, I know this is nerve pain. I can feel that it's nerve pain. I'll just put Panaway on it every day. And I did that for 2 weeks, every day, twice a day. I probably missed sometimes and not thought about it, but that nerve pain went away and it's never come back. So it's really powerful. I was using that on my ankle as well. So it's great for any pain, back pain, spine pain, anything that's nerve related, really good for that, but just pain in general. They also have something that I swear by. I had it with me in Croatia. It's Cool Azul. It's a tube, a blue tube. It's got 3.5 ounces in it. And it's a pain cream. And they have it in a gel form or a pain cream form. And it's highly recommend that. It has arnica in it, and arnica is a plant-based medicine that is good for dispersing bruising like lavender does, but also helping with the swelling and inflammation, which is where the pain is coming from. You know, when the body gets hurt, the swelling is to protect it. But at some point, we want to calm it down, just like we want to calm the histamine down and say, it's okay, you can go away now. And so it really helps to get the swelling down and the bruising down and get the circulation up, because circulation heals. Blood flow and oxygen, just like in a massage, you're forcing blood and oxygen in to heal. And so that's what those oils will do. What, babe?
What was that called?
Panaway or Cool Azul. Cool Azul has arnica in it, ARNICA, which is a plant-based medicine in Cool Azul. Cool Azul is a Young Living product that has the oils and the arnica combined, and it's really powerful. It would replace like Icy Hot or any of those over-the-counter things that you get. I don't know the other brands, but
yeah, I don't have a medicine cabinet, so I'm sorry.
Well, they've got crap in them, and so don't get those, but get this, that kind of thing. The Cool is really powerful. It helped me a lot.
Okay.
What's next, Maya?
And the last one is purification.
Oh, purification. Okay. So purification has a lot of good things about it. It has citronella in it, and citronella is what you use to get rid of mosquitoes and bugs, right? So you can put it in a diffuser on the back porch if you're getting bitten by mosquitoes, and it'll keep the mosquitoes away. You can put a drop. I don't think y'all have air vents, but we have air vents for the air condition, and we'll put drops of that on the air vents, and it reduces any chance of mold. It really, when the homes flooded here in Louisiana, Young Living had this project where they sent us out with buckets, and they had the thieves cleaner, they had purification, lemon, tea tree, which is not in the kit, but that's a really good one too. Anything to prevent mold. And we went to the houses, and we had spray bottles with the thieves cleaner in it, and we sprayed the where they had cut the sheetrock down. We had sprayed all the beams so that they wouldn't grow mold. And then we put diffusers in the houses. They gave them free diffusers, and we put purification and thieves in the diffusers. And they did a study, within 72 hours of using thieves and purification in the homes, there was no mold. 72 hours diffusing straight canceled out the mold growth, which that's amazing, because mold is a real culprit for dis-ease in the body. When you get mold in the body, it's not good. So it's another thing that I've had to release: candida, mold, all these things that were in me from years of living in Louisiana and being exposed to it. My body said, nope, you're too clean now, you got to get rid of that. So purification is really good for that. And then a practical use for purification for little kids especially is when they have an earache, you can rub it behind the ear and in front of the ear right here, and purification will help the earache just totally go away, because it's anti-wetness, right? So the mold is wetness. The wetness in the ear is what's really bothering the ear. And then also bladder infection. If you have a UTI or any kind of bladder tummy trouble, put purification on your bladder and then put a heating pad on it, and you will be so surprised. If you have back pain from the cramps from a bladder infection or a UTI, the purification will cancel that pain out. It's really effective. You can even put a drop in your tub and sit in it for any kind of UTI or bladder infection. Did I say that you had Joy? Joy? Was that one of them?
No, okay. Joy. That was a step away. I was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Joy's pink. Joy has rose in it, and I highly recommend Joy for any kind of depression. It helps uplift, but any of the citrus oils will help uplift the body.
Okay.
So diffusing from what you have, I would try out peppermint with the citrus oil, peppermint with lavender. Those are really good combos. Start playing around with mixing things in the diffuser. And then, you know, it's not expensive to replace the oils. The kit was your initial investment, but now you get the discount on anything you buy, and you can sign up for essential rewards. So Essential Rewards is saying, I'm going to commit to start changing my lifestyle. Every month I'm going to buy, at least it's 50 US dollars. I don't know what it is in Croatian kuna. I'm going to buy this amount of products to replace the toxin ones in my home and start, gathering my knowledge and gathering what I can use on and in my body. And you're going to reward me for it. So they give you points back that after 3 months, you can use them on free products. They give you products back. So every month that I order, I get almost equal in that in product back. So with a $100 order, you get 1 free oil. I order almost $300 a month here because I'm using it for my whole family. I don't go to Walmart or Target and get anything. I get it from Young Living. So I'm getting almost $300 back in free product every month. So they have great promotions every month to give you back free product. And then if you are going to work it as like a business and sign other people up, which to me, I do that because I want people and their families to be healthier, because when you're healthier in here, what comes out of here is healthier, and you're helping my world be more peaceful and loving. And that's really what all our sensitivities are about. Our kids are more sensitive than ever. We're more sensitive than ever because we're craving peace and love, and we're not getting it or finding it because it's not within us. So we have to clean this up first to be that for others. So that's my mission. It's not to sell you an oil, it's to sell you on the vision of being healthier, mind, body, soul, to be more of what God designed you to be, and then share that. So if you're sharing oils, you do get rewarded monetarily too. You get $25 as the enroller, roughly $25 as the sponsor, depending on what the person orders. I don't know what that is in kuna, so I'm talking US dollars. I don't know. And then, each time that person orders, you get a percentage of their order. So it does reward you a lot. Even if you're just ordering your own stuff every month and you never sign anybody up, you're getting rewarded in points and free product. But then if you start signing people up, you can actually make a real living out of this. So I probably personally signed up maybe 40 people, probably less than that, since 2014. But because of all those people that I signed up, had other people sign up, my team is over 350 people now. So I'm making, close to $1,000 a month, plus I get all the free stuff, plus I get all the, points. So every year at Christmas, I spend my points on Christmas presents, and I don't spend money on Christmas. Or if I need a present for somebody, I get it for free. And I also, they have a free shipping program in America. I don't know if they have it there, so I'm not even paying shipping. So for me, the rewards far outweigh what I'm spending every month, in health, wellness, abundance, financial abundance, and peace of mind. But knowing that I'm giving my money to a company that's doing good work in the world. They give back. They have missions in Nepal, Africa. Each one of their farms, like the Croatian farm, gives back to the community so much, so many jobs, they're so good to their people. Like, you can go to most farms, and the workers that are pulling weeds by hand are the nicest people. They love working for Young Living. And they have nothing but nice things to say. You can go even plant on the farms and then go back a year later and see your plant that was a seed this big. It's really,
yeah.
So they're just a really open, transparent company. And from seed to seal, what they plant in the soil is organic, 100%, never been tarnished. To what they put in that bottle at your door is 100% effective medicinal grade essential oil. And there's no other company that does the process from seed to seal 100% organic oil. If you go to the store and get oils, it's usually got fillers like coconut oil or grapeseed oil in it. It's not 100%. Each drop in those oils is 100% the plant-based oil, medicinal grade. So that's why you can drink some of ours. The ones that you can drink are labeled Vitality with the white label, but that doesn't mean you can't drink the other ones. There are some that you don't ever want to drink, like wintergreen. But most of them you can, they're not going to hurt you. The most you would get is a little diarrhea. There's been kids that drank a whole bottle of oil and they just got diabetes.
Then
What's that, Jody?
you can use diabetes to get over the diabetes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're not going to die. Well, there is one safety thing to tell you. The citrus oils are photosensitive, so don't use them where the sun's going to shine. Don't put them on your neck and then go outside. Stress Away has some citrus in it. That's okay. Use it at night, go to bed. It's not a problem. But put it on the inside of your wrist if you're going to be out in the sun. Because if you put it here, the sun's always getting there. You could get red sunburn from the oils being photosensitive.
Okay.
That's why it whitens the clothes. So, any other questions about what we went over? There's a couple other things in the kit, I think. Did you get the Ningxia packets in the kit?
Yes, I gave to them. You gave me, so I had to give them. Yeah.
Y'all like the way they tasted?
Yes.
Yeah, the kids love them as juice pouches. So the Ningxia Red is a high antioxidant, and so our body collects toxins in our liver, and most of us have a problem, especially us European descent people have a problem getting rid of toxins. We have methylation problems. So anything you can do to help the toxins get out will help your attitude, will help you come from a place of love. So the Ningxia Red is actually a mood booster because it's getting rid of the toxins. It's also a good thing to put oils in. So like the Digize, if you wanted, had a tummy ache, you could hide the flavor of the Digize in the Ningxia Red. I like putting citrus oils in my Ningxia Red. I like putting the peppermint, the lavender, the balm that I told you about. Instead of putting it in honey, you can put it in the Ningxia Red. So it's a great housing thing for oils to make them taste better. There's a great product that Young Living makes called Mineral Essence. Most of us are depleted in minerals, especially when we're sweating in the summer months. So Mineral Essence, you put it in the fridge. I had it with me in Croatia. It's a dropper. And I had 3 droppers in my Ningxia Red while I was there every day because I knew I was getting depleted from all the sweating and the heat. And that replenished me and kept my minerals up. It helped me go into the bathroom correctly, which another form of detoxing. So Mineral Essence on its own tastes horrible, but putting it in the Ningxia Red, it doesn't bother me. It tastes like peppermint. So that's another great product to look into later. So I've given you a lot of things that you could buy to support your health later. Like if you make a 3-month plan, kind of like I'm telling you, do this for 30 days. If you make a 3-month plan, okay, this month I'm going to get started on my health. Maybe somebody else is more interested in detoxing their home with their cleaning products. Okay. Make a plan and commit. I'm going to spend these dollars or these kunas on these products this month and trade out these other products that I've been using. Next month, I might trade out my makeup. Next month, I might trade out, and get some supplemental support. I want you to start on the supplemental support because that's going to change your life. But if somebody's not having a real issue with physical, and their primary focus might be, I need to get rid of this toxic makeup or I need to get rid of this toxic home cleaners, then focus on that. But you've got a good amount of things that I told you about that you could make an order. I can talk to you one-on-one and help you make the order for the first 3 months and kind of hold your hand through it and ask you questions. That's my thing. I ask you questions to lead you to your truth. And then you make your order and you start using the products. Maya has all my information. You can contact me for any questions you might have or anything that comes up that you did forget to ask or whatever. I won't handhold you forever. I'm going to teach you how to find the tools to teach yourself. Because like I said before, we don't remember what people say. We remember when something happens to us and we use something and it works. So just like Jody's never going to forget that Digize worked, before that happened, it wasn't even on her radar, right? That's the beauty of quantum physics. It's like when you hear truth, you store it. And when you need it, it comes to you because it's on your radar. It's in your energy field. And so having these oils raises your frequency. You're going to be attracting more information. Just like Maya, she was attracted to my energy. She was attracted to what I was saying is truth for her. She's like, I want to read your book. She read the book. Now she's buying the oils. She wants more of this lifestyle. She wants to be healthier, mind, body, and soul. And I commend her. She is one strong cookie. She's made some real change in her life really quickly. And it's not about dismissing others or throwing people away. It's saying, am I living in my truth? And if I am not, something needs to change. And I'm not going to blame or shame anybody. I'm going to look at me and say, what can I do differently? Right? So, good girl, Maya.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
It's hard work to change. It's hard work, you know, but it's so rewarding. When I look at my family now, as when I started this back in 2014, oh my gosh, I told Maya and them about my son and how, you know, he didn't want to have anything to do with health and well-being. He was in college, and it took him getting really sick and having a virus attack his heart for him to listen. But that's what it took. And now my grandbabies are all oily babies using oils and asking for oils when they're having a fit. I mean, how blessed is that, right? So you never know what the story that's happening right now that feels so horrible is unfolding to reveal. So just remember that everything happens, whether it's a sprained foot or walking out on your boyfriend or your son calling you at 2 o'clock in the morning with pericarditis, it's all going to be okay eventually. And so if you can live in that hindsight, it takes that reaction away. It says, I let go, let God, this too shall pass. And that's so freeing to surrender like that. There's an oil that's called surrender too.
Okay.
There's an oil that's called hope, and there's oil that's called gratitude.
Okay.
Yeah, here's gratitude and joy. Oh, and there's one called clarity. Some of my favorites I have right here. Clarity.
Okay.
Really helps to get clear-minded when you're in your head and you can't make a decision. Joy over my heart. Awesome. Smells a little rosy for antidepressant to lift the spirits. And gratitude, because when we're thinking somebody's horrible, there's probably 10 other things about them that you could be grateful for, but it's hard to think of them. Gratitude helps.
It's not like holding the garlic up for the vampire.
What?
It's not like holding the garlic up for the vampire. You know, hold your oil in front of you to ward them off.
Yeah, yeah. But really, I mean, I wish Zoom had smell. It's, my gosh, it just raises your frequency so fast.
Yeah, it has the same color as lavender.
Yes. You will love it. Gratitude is my jam. And they're not that expensive. There's some that are expensive. Like I said, Helichrysum is like $156 US, but it's in the Panaway that you got in the kit. So you don't need to get it. You know, for me, I was having a lot of nerve issues. So as soon as I earned enough of the free points, I bought it for free. And it was my first oil that I bought for free. So it didn't cost me $156. So that's kind of have a wish list of, ooh, I'd really like to have that, but it's kind of expensive. I'll wait till I get my points. And so that's always good to have a goal. And that was my first one. And then every year I'd buy myself Rose with points, because Rose is also about 115 or so. And so I love Rose on my heart. It's very medicinal to me. So did you girls want your own kits? I can help Maya sign you up for your own kit and start your oily journey and order what you need. Did y'all want me to help you walk through that process?
First of all, I would like to read more about it. And Maya already told us something, and I'll see what starter kits are, and maybe we will order something together. Yeah, I like it so far.
Yeah, no problem. Maya, do you have the link? I'll make you your own personal link so that when they sign up, they'll just be automatically under you.
Okay.
As the enroller and sponsor. So if they sign up under the one I gave you, it's no problem. I can move them under you. Okay. Don't worry about it. But I will get David to set you up your own personal link. And then anytime somebody signs up, it's really easy to give them their own personal link. So that way when you're out and you're talking to a friend, you just send them your personal link and it sends them right to the webpage to sign up. And so it's really simple to sign somebody up. So I'll send her that and she can send it to you girls. And then if y'all want to sign up, you just press on that link, and it's basically filling out paperwork.
Yeah, it's easy. It's
okay,
easy.
okay.
Yeah.
And so Maya, you just let me know when you need help ordering for the first time.
Okay.
When you sign up originally, if you had pressed the button to get ER, that's Essential Rewards, it would do it every month, and every month you just change the order. So it's like a running grocery list. You know, you just change it. So like we use the toothpaste and the cleaners. So, you know, the cleaners last more than a month. So the toothpaste lasts more than a month. So I might buy that every 4 months. You know, I might run out of, you know, lavender or something I use often and have to replenish that once every 7 months or so. So you're not buying the same thing every month because it lasts. The cleaners and all are highly concentrated, so they last for a really long time. In fact, I've only bought one Thieves big cleaner because, and I've used it for parties and everything, and I still have it 4 years later. That's how little you use. Because you just use a capful in a whole cleaning spray bottle. And so if I've got a jug of this and I'm only using a capful of it, it's never ending. And so that's the beauty of their products. They're highly recyclable and biodegradable efforts to reduce waste. So like the shampoos and everything, get a separate bottle and you know, dilute because it's concentrated. You're not meant to use them at full force. So whenever you get that stuff in, I'll send you to a video that I did for the dishwashing detergent. I have a separate bottle that I pour most of it into. I only leave that much, about 1.5 inches, 2 inches in the bottle. And then I put a little bit of baking soda and hot water and mix it up. And then it makes 4 bottles out of one. So you get 4 full bottles out of 1 full bottle. So you're only buying 1 plastic bottle. So there's lots of tricks. I have a lot of information on my website. Once you're a member, Maya, I put you on it today. It's Life's Essentials. Yesterday I added you. So just accept that friend request if you haven't already to Life's Essentials team page. And then there's a couple other ones that I'm going to put you on. Lifestyle Freedom is another one. So just when you see Lifestyle Freedom, say yes. That's my Uplining Young Living that has lots of educational videos. So maybe y'all can have like a watch party and just watch some videos because you can only be on those pages if you're already a member. So Maya's a member, so she can be on those pages, but they don't let you if you're not. So I'll start tagging you in some things and you can share them with your sisters for education. But don't think that you have to know everything before you start.
No. The only
every day. I'm still learning.
Okay. Now the only question is which starter kit will we choose? So we will make a decision.
Because there's the oils, there's Thieves. The best value for your money is what she bought.
Yes, oils.
That's the best value. But if y'all are all sharing and you want to invest in makeup, you know, or you want to invest in Thieves, by all means. But dollar for dollar, the oil kit is like worth in US dollars almost $500 and you're only paying $160. I don't know what that translates to kunas, but that's a huge
doesn't matter. Yeah. Okay.
You can always buy the other products as an add-on, you know. So, but the Ningxia Red Kit, I mean, you're gonna use it and you're gonna feel good. You know, they might even have something in Croatia that they don't have here, a supplement thing. I've told you about a few supplements that's gonna add up, you know. So the more you buy, the more you get back though. So like if you do a kit and you add on those probiotics and those enzymes and you know, you get those oils that I told you in there. But let's say you ordered a probiotic, which is like $29 US. The enzymes, maybe $24 US. The cortisop's expensive. It's like $65 US, but life-changing, and you only use it 1 month. If you added on all of that, you're going to be close to $300, and you're going to get the full benefit of the free gifts that are almost another $300 worth of free stuff. Plus, you're going to get the points, you know? So it's not a bad deal. So get what you need and start using it, and you'll feel better. And it'll change your life. And so it's priceless. Don't worry about the money because it will pay off in longevity in life, but abundance in life, abundance of joy, peace, love, and financial freedom if you do the business, right? But it might even open you to be more in what you are doing now. So I'm a counselor too, if you can't tell. So I, try and help people be their best self, live their best life, so that they're affecting everyone else in their life in a positive way. Because if we're living a crappy existence, in our mind, then it shows and it affects everyone else we come into contact with. So raising your frequency with these oils, with the breath, with good, healthy, plant-based medicine is the key to living a happier, healthier life and affecting other people too, to do the same. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Nice.
Thank you for your amazing. Thank you. Thank you.
Miss you, Maya.
Say hello to everybody.
I will. Kylie's at the beach with her friends, and David's on a work trip to Austin. So I'm home alone.
Oh, okay.
Hey.
You want to stay on, Jody? We'll catch up.
Sounds good.
Okay. Love you, Maya. Mwah.
Thank you. Love you very much. Bye. Bye, Jody. Bye. 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 Super.